This video brought to you by our Patreons. Please consider supporting this channel and joining our Patreons at patreon.com/NovaWing24. Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are on Sunday the 12th of July 2020 for another exciting, well, it's going to be an interesting episode, I think, this one anyway. And we're going to jump straight into it with a release that, I'll be honest, I can't find a lot of information about, but I wanted to bring it to you because it's new. And it's a really interesting community factor is what I want to highlight this one. So, this week we saw the release into X-Plane 11. So starting with X-Plane 11 releases this week. The release of Helicidade in Brazil, which is a dedicated heliport in Sao Paulo, in the Sao Paulo region of Brazil. It is modeled by default in X-Plane 11, but it's a pretty terrible model. So this one, it brings to life a more accurate representation of it. So it's actually got all the accurate buildings with high quality, high resolution textures on there, full support of custom HDR lighting as supported by X-Plane 11, 3D grass models, and all structures for the heliport itself, all modeled off the real world counterparts with photoreal just for the immediate area. I would credit the developer, but I have no idea who it is. Like, there is zero information for the developer. All they've said confirmed is that it is designed and optimized to work with Paul Ricardo's Mega Sao Paulo for X-Plane 11, which I think is the best scenery, city scenery kicking around out there for Brazil. Now, this one's coming in a fairly basic price. It's $10 this one, so it's not exactly a really expensive piece there. And, you know, is it a huge project or anything like that? No, not really, it's not. But I think this is a really interesting and really telling part of what happens when a community starts getting together and supporting each other and being positive and with their vocalizations. The helicopter community, the simulation helicopter community, has been very much growing over the last. Well, growing is the wrong word. They've always been really, really strong, but they haven't necessarily always found a voice. And, you know, okay, I'm a little bit biased here. You know, I have a good friend, Sergio, who leads Helicidade.com. He's sort of really led the way here. But it's great to see more and more developers seeing and taking note and supporting our community by looking at little avenues like this and seeing how they can support. And I think this is a great option, and this looks like a great scenery. It really does. So yeah, if you're a helicopter flyer, or if you want to give your hand or try your hand in helicopters and want somewhere different to fly, particularly down south of the border, then this might be one you might want to grab up. It's fairly affordable, as I said, only $10, and looks pretty good for content here as well. So this one's available from the xplane.org store. Alright, continuing on with X-Plane 11 releases, and this one for probably this one a little bit more for the tube liner flyers, but again a little bit of content here for everyone. This is the release of Tokyo's Narita International Airport for X-Plane 11 from sea to sky and $0 payware. This is a fascinating little project, this one, because the project team, in their own words, describe this project as this initially started. Sorry, let me reverse this. The quote is: "Initially started this ambitious project knowing absolutely nothing about scenery development." I feel that statement on so many levels. I genuinely do, and that's really, really cool to see how how this community grows and develops and self-develops its confidence. And it's produced what I would arguably say is an incredible content here. Now this airport is a rendition of Narita International as it appears in 2020. It includes custom terrain mesh, full set of custom textured jetways to match the real counterparts, fully compliant and use of SAM jetways and visual docking guidance systems as well. All airport buildings, internally all terminals and all cargo buildings, have all been modelled. It includes custom ortho photoreal scenery, customized to build and fit to the airport. All taxiways, gate markings, and all taxi lines all included. Over 5,000 hand-placed trees have been placed in the area surrounding the airport. Over 500 hand-placed objects around the airport as well. Includes full support for ground routes for service vehicles, all gates, ramps and parking spots correctly positioned and identified within X-Plane as well, and various other supports as well. So This is an amazing looking scenery. It really does. As I said, I've only seen a few screenshots of this one, but it looks absolutely amazing. And considering that this is a free release for the community, that's pretty damn awesome. So if you wanted to add this one to your collection, you can't go wrong. Available now from the xplane.org forum. Moving out of the X-Plane 11 world, moving into the world of the prepared sims. So the guys over at Just Sim have rebooted their rendition of Luxembourg Findel Airport for prepared v4.5 and 5. So this essentially now adds in PBR support, includes full update of ground textures, additions of the cargo platforms P7 and P10 to bring them in line with how they appear in 2020. So it does actually include some updates here, which is kind of cool. Updated revised taxiway markings, full support of dynamic lighting, and updated photo real backgrounds as well, and now updates for new GSX configurations for those who use it. So for new users, as I said, this version is only for it's a bit of an interesting release, this one again. They've split the release between prepared v4 and v5. However, if you buy one, you automatically get the other one for free. So yeah, it's interesting that they're listing it as two products, but as long as you buy it from the same store, well, it's only available at Sim Market, so therefore, as long as you buy it from Sim Market, you're good to go. If you're a previous owner of the previous renditions of this airport, V1 or V2, you do get the updated version for only about $6, whereas if you are a new user to it, you're looking at paying about $22 or your regional equivalent. Available now from Sim Markets. Continuing on with ESP releases or prepared v4.4 and above exclusive releases, the guys over at Orbix released their latest release this week of their rendition of Newcastle International Airport. Interesting little one. So this is an airport that is sort of services the industrial hub of Newcastle. Which has undergone an interesting cultural change, as it were, over the last few years, sort of moving from a center of manufacturing and industry to being more of a cultural and educational hub. So that's been an interesting, as a side note, it's a very interesting evolution anyway. I spent a bit of time in Newcastle. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. But anyway, this airport services connects Newcastle with the world, with routes having long-haul routes happening all over the world. The rendition of this airport from Orbix, the UK Orbix team, includes full rendition of the airport as it appears in 2020. All major buildings are done with full high-definition 4K textures. Full high-definition 2 and 4K textures with full PBR support. Includes accurate 3D modeling of all major of all airport buildings. Includes custom 30cm per pixel photoreal scenery of the surrounding area with seasonal variations as well. Includes a full suite of PBR supported textures on their ground service equipment and a full complement of supported SODE, jetways, and visual guidance docking systems as well. Designed to be fully compatible with both True Earth Great Britain Central and also with EU England as well, in case whichever one that you prefer to use. So otherwise, looking pretty damn spectacular for the runway. It looks like everything you would want it to be, including full high detail rendition of the airport fire practice ground as well. Now this was coming in a pretty standard price for airports from Orbix, coming in at about $25 or your regional equivalent. Available now from Orbix. Continuing on with prepared releases, again, prepared v4.5 and above release. This one, so from On Final Studios, released their rendition of Kirkenes Airport. So this airport in Norway is a mixed purpose airport, but combining both GA aviation and also being served by regional sort of small regional airline traffic as well. So this release has been developed by the team as a freeware release, a gift to the community. It includes custom made buildings, accurate full support of PBR texturing, and custom satellite ground imagery for the surrounding area, and support with hand-placed vegetation and full support for dynamic lighting as well, and a layout of the airport, taxiway and runway as it appears in 2020. And this one, as I said, is a gift to the community. It's available now for free, available via the On Final website, and available for your download pleasure now. Moving out of the ESP world, moving into the simulation world of a different kind, the simulation world of War Thunder this week saw a few releases for the PC player community. This week we saw a release of another one of their starter packs. So this one was their rendition of their Italian starter pack. So this Italian starter pack includes two vehicles. It includes a tank and an aircraft. So it includes the M1441 light tank, developed in 1941 as a modernisation project of the M1340. Essentially gives it a more powerful engine, it gives it a higher top speed, and also gives it updated weaponry, including a 47mm cannon, a 38mm cannon, and a dual machine gun fit of two 8mm Breda Mod 38s and a 13.2mm Breda Mod 31 as well. The other vehicle you get included with this one is a RD 2001 Gruppo 22 fighter, single-engine fighter, which was Italian single-engine fighter developed in the early 1940s as a modernisation project from the original 2000 Falco. Essentially, it gives a more powerful engine. It gives a standardised armament of two 12.7mm machine guns and two 7.7mm machine guns. Both of these vehicles are premium vehicles, both rank 2s with all purchases included. Now, along with this pack, you also get 120,000 silver lions, their premium currency, and a premium account for 7 days, all included. So this one's coming in for about $10 US for this one. Now, the other two packs they saw released this week are, and I'll be honest, it's been a long time since I fired up War Thunder here, so I can't be sure on this, but I thought these two actually were already included, so I'm a bit surprised by this. So the next two packs that we saw released were the War Thunder USA and Japanese Pacific campaigns. I remember flying these campaigns in War Thunder years ago, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. So I'll be honest. I'm just reading the press release here, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. So because as I said, I remember playing at least the Pacific the American campaign. I do remember playing that. But this pack includes the campaigns. It also includes a premium account for 2 weeks for each purchase, and also includes a vehicle. For the Americans, it includes the XP-38G Lightning, rank 2 USA premium vehicle, and for the Japanese, includes the A6M50. Yeah, as I said, I'm a little bit cautious about this one. Each of these packs is $15 each. And as I said, so essentially essentially you're paying $1 a day for the premium account is what you're paying for. But it's just interesting with the single player campaign, because I swear that they already had that. But anyway, either way, both of these packs are available now for PC users, available now on Steam. Continuing on with the simulation, but moving on to the permanent way. Train Simulator saw the release this week of a new route pack, the Yellowhead Pass Jasper to Valemount route this week from developer Milepost Simulations. So this new region aims to recreate the stunning beauty of the Canadian Rockies and the Canadian National Mainline crossing of the Rocky Mountains via the Yellowhead Pass, going from Jasper, Alberta to Valemount, British Columbia. This route provides about 80 miles of new track coming through here, going through this absolutely amazing, gorgeous scenery, because it is an incredibly beautiful part of the world. It crosses through, the Robson Link crosses through the Albreda and Robson subdivisions, creating a double track route with a grade separation west of the Red Pass. Traffic on the busy line includes a variety of general mixed manifest traffic with significant amounts of lumber and grain, as well as coal, sulfur, and intermodal trains all being represented as well. To be able to train and enjoy this beautiful scenery, you get to take control of two different trains, the GP40-2 LW and an ST40-2W, are both available in this pack as well. Each modelled with Canadian National's distinctive comfort cab design, which sounds intriguing to me. Along with the two trains, you get 10 career scenarios to be able to enjoy this surround. So you get 80 route miles of two separate main lines. It includes full renditions of the Jasper, Alberta Yard Station and Engine Terminal, the full highly detailed rendition of the Rocky Mountain scenery. Includes the Canadian National GMD GP40-2W LW and the ST40-2W diesel locomotives, selection of freight cars including intermodal equipment, covered hoppers, rotary gondola, flat cars, box cars, tank car, and Canadian National steel caboose, all included in this pack. Whew. Lot in that pack. That's actually, I feel that that's a lot more than normal, to be honest. I feel it is. And that one's coming in for a standard price of $40 or original equivalent, available now on Steam. Moving into simulation of a very different kind now, with the release this week from Codemasters of F1 2020. So this has come out as this is the latest in the iconic Codemasters series of being the official Formula One racing games, and this one is a quite a bumper edition. It really is, this one. So you've got a few new content coming through here. You've got a few new circuits to 2020, including the Hanoi circuit and Circuit Zandvoort. Includes an option for casual racing options if you want to have a more relaxed experience, a more jump in and drive experience. I really support that idea. That's awesome. You also have different season length options for your career option as well. You can do 10, 16, or 22 race option seasons. And that's a really, really cool option as well. And that integrates in with their 10-year career mode as well. So you can actually sort of go through, and you can go through a full career as well, going through F2 through to F1 and beyond. And again, as I said, you can adjust the length of the season and your options there. Integrated with that as well now is the new My Team mode. So you can either join as part of one of the established teams on the grid, or you can come in as part of the new custom team where you create your own driver, you choose a sponsor, engine supplier, hire a teammate, and compete as an additional team. There's a lot going on this as well. You've got some additional ways to race as well. You've got time trial, Grand Prix, championship modes as well, coming through with also full rendition of not only the Formula 1 content, you also get the Formula 2, including for both season options for 2019 and 2020, and a slew of classic F1 cars from 1988 to 2010. I'll be honest, if I ever get this game, I will most likely be driving the old classic cars more than the new ones, just because I love them. Right, now in terms of versions of this one, now supposedly there was two pieces of day one DLC, which you can also essentially pick up as part of buying it up front as well. So you have the base edition, you have the 70 edition, and you have the deluxe Schumacher edition. The 70 edition DLC essentially adds in a few skins, also a few models for the history of F1. But interestingly enough, I don't know whether this is true for console players, but for PC players, you actually, at the moment at least, the only edition you can buy includes the 70 edition DLC pack already included. So I don't really know why that's being sold as a separate DLC, unless they're looking at bringing in the future a non-pack that includes the 70 edition. I don't know, I'll be honest. I'm just going off what's being sold right now. Otherwise, you can buy the Deluxe Schumacher Edition, or you can buy a Schumacher Edition upgrade DLC if you choose later on. The Schumacher Edition DLC includes some iconic stuff from the career of Michael Schumacher. Includes 4 iconic Schumacher cars, including his Jordan from 1991, his Benettons from 94 and 95, and his 2000 era Ferrari F1. You also get an exclusive Schumacher in-game model, his race suits, helmet designs, and podium celebration emote. That's kind of interesting as well. So yeah, either way you pick that one up. As I said, you can either pick that up as part of a upfront purchase, which will update your price, or you can buy it later on if you want to buy it later on. If you're looking at buying this upfront, you're looking at $60 for the moment, for the edition at the moment, including the 70 edition DLC. If you're looking at getting the Schumacher DLC, you're looking at adding about an extra 10 to 15 bucks on that, depending on your region. So that's available now on Steam for PC users. For non-PC users, it's available in your nearest console store, available now. And rounding out the simulation release news for this week with a blatant piece of propaganda. This is a free title that was released on Steam called DF41 Simulator. For those who may not know what a DF41 is, it is a Dongfeng 41, which is a road transportable intercontinental ballistic missile created and operated by the People's Liberation Army of China. This DF41 simulator is basically it's pure unadulterated Chinese propaganda. Like nothing else about how amazing China is. Basically, you jump into the cab of the mobile erector launcher, and you press the button, and you have to solve a little puzzle, or there's a cheat code to be able to get through to get the authenticator to launch a nuclear missile at your capitalistic enemies. It also allows you, allows you to take command of a tank, a a Chinese stealth fighter, and a rip-off of a Eurocopter helicopter. So, yeah, it just smacks of nationalism. It is awful, but yeah, there you go. If you ever want to see what blatant propaganda looks like in the 21st century, look no further than DF41 Simulator, now available on Steam for free. All right. And also, just a side note, it's almost 2 gig in download size. So, can anybody say data mining? Just gonna throw that out there. Anyway, moving on. All right. Okay. So that wraps up the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed these videos and want to see more. And if you want to catch me between videos, you can catch me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24, or you can also catch me regularly on Twitch. Just head over to twitch.tv/NovaWing24. And I do want to say thank you very much to all my patrons that have helped make this video possible. And if you would like to join them and help continue to make this video and many more like it possible, and for some cool exclusives and behind the scenes content, please consider joining and supporting the channel over at patreon.com/NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching, take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.